6 months ago, I got an offer from Amazon to join them in London, United Kingdom as a lead marketing analyst. A couple of weeks before that, I wasn't even looking for a job, let alone the one at Amazon. I know a lot of you are in the same boat as I was and are not looking for a job, but I would still urge you to watch this video because just like my life, your life too can change for the good. All you need to do is believe in yourself and watch this video.
To make something special, you just have to believe it's special.
Alright, so from the first call with the HR to the final call where I got the offer, it took exactly 26 days. I had 6 rounds of interviews with 3 of them being conducted on the same day. Everything started around mid-October when I decided to look for jobs. I spent a week polishing my CV and updating my LinkedIn profile. Link is in the description for any of you who want to take a look. LinkedIn can be generic, but it's advisable that you tweak your CV based on the job requirements, and that's majorly all the prep I did before I started getting calls. By the end of October, I found a role in Amazon for a lead marketing analyst. So without wasting any time, I applied for it, and in about a week, I got a response requesting a call on November 4th. The first round was with the HR and it was scheduled for 45 minutes. Naturally, I researched all the questions that would be asked in this round. And here are the list of questions that were asked to me. Why do you want to join Amazon? Why the role of a lead marketing analyst? Tell me about yourself. What are your salary expectations? Are you willing to relocate? There were other follow-up why, what, how questions based on the response that I was giving. So when you prepare your answers, make sure you think about those follow-up questions and prepare your answers accordingly. Another thing I did during the call was that I requested the HR if I could switch to a video call. It really helps to establish a connection if you can see the person whom you're talking to. If you want to know the answers to all the questions that were asked to me, then just hold on for a little bit. Let me quickly finish listing down all the questions that were asked to me and then we can jump into answering them. Sounds good? Alright. The second round was with the hiring manager and was more of a behavioral round.
How was the travel?
Hiring manager is the one you would closely be working with, so it's very important for both the parties to understand each other and see if they can work closely together. And here are the questions that were asked to me. What were the problems you faced in your last role and how did you solve for them? What metrics were used to analyze the solution? Did you do anything innovative in your last job and what was the impact of it? As expected, there were follow-up questions on the answers that I gave, so please do prepare for them. The third, fourth and fifth rounds then happened on the same day, which was the 25th of November. The third round was similar to the second one, but with a manager of a different team. Other than the hiring manager, this other manager was the next person with whom I would be working with. The fourth round was with the HR manager again, and this time, as usual, all the answers had to use the Amazon leadership principles and the STAR format, which is situation, task, action, and result. What was the most critical feedback you got and how did you handle it? Have you had any disagreements with your manager? If yes, how did you deal with it? What is your leadership style? For this question, they were basically expecting you to match your style to the Amazon leadership style. The fifth round too was a behavioral one, but this time it was with a different manager, a senior manager from a completely different team. And the questions were similar in this round as well. The final round happened on the very next day on 26th, and it was a technical round with a senior developer on the team whom I was supposed to work with closely. And even though it was a technical round, there were hardly any technical questions. There were basic SQL query questions. Tell me a problem that you solved using data. Have you developed any strategy based on data? And just like before, there were a lot of follow-up questions on the answers that I gave. We basically deep dived into my solutions and analyzed a lot of the details which had impacted the customers. There were also questions on why I didn't opt for option A and why I went with option B. So I had to present the pros of one option over the other. Overall, the technical round was the most challenging one for 2 reasons. The first one being that apart from being quizzed on my technical knowledge, which was the queries related questions, I was also made to recall the architecture of the solutions that I had built. The second one was that I was not informed that it would be a technical round, so I wasn't mentally prepared for it, but I guess it doesn't matter because I still got the job. Then finally on the 1st of December, I got a call from the HR confirming that I have been selected for the role, and since the role was based out of the UK, there were a plethora of formalities that had to be taken care of before my joining. If you're looking for a job, then look for one that matches your skill set and then tailor your resume accordingly. Other than that, if you have any other questions, then please feel free to write them in the comment section and I will try my best to answer your doubts. As for the answers, we've listed them down in the description so you can read them at your own pace. So once you're done watching the video, don't forget to read them.